Hey guys, this is Chime Interviews. We are here with the Color Morale. First day of tour for you guys. What's the set list looking like for you all? How are you guys mixing up the old songs with the new songs for everyone?
Yeah, playing mostly all new songs, No Hope and Hold On Pain End songs. Just trying to, I think this tour we're trying to just keep a really energetic and positive, almost like a celebratory vibe. Our band's pretty synonymous with a lot of heavy subject matter lyrically, and that's the connection that we make with a lot of our fan base. And I think for this tour we're just going to try to really have fun, have more of a celebratory vibe to the set.
With so many albums out, do you think that it's kind of hard to create a set list? Old fans wanting old stuff, new fans only like knowing the new stuff?
I think for our band, it's kind of a unique situation in being, going into the third record, I changed my vocal style dramatically. All the members other than Steve are different members also. So, to play songs, especially off the first record, it's something that we would probably wait on a headline tour to do. I prefer the vocal style that I do now, so it's kind of just I feel more current in doing the last two records. Yeah, we've got a lot of plans for the future. Ways to do medleys of songs and acoustic performances, and I'm really excited for a headliner. Something that's in the works for next year for sure already.
The title track, Hold On Pain Ends, is like acoustically driven, so I mean, is there any chance that aside from a live performance acoustically that there would be like an EP or anything like that bands are doing more recently?
Yeah, another thing that's in the works. I've had a lot of fans ask for, why haven't you guys done an acoustic album? And it's something that's just a matter of time. It's in the works now, and it's I really like reimagining songs. In Color Morale, and having Devin add his indie twist and have me just kind of do different vocal even melodies, kind of make the song just completely reimagined. I love when bands do that. It's something I'm a huge fan of. So that's something we'll for sure do. Maybe even on this tour in the parking lot after the show. Wink, wink.
On this specific tour?
Yeah. Wink, wink.
The lyrics on this new record were definitely like written for the fans, and you guys are known for being a band that is on the same level with fans in the sense that you guys write stuff for the fans and what they're going through as well. So has the theme or the message changed since the beginning of the Color Morale? You guys have had more experience, and meeting more fans. I know you've talked about meeting more fans throughout your career. So have those experiences like kind of shifted the way that you write music, the sense that it's more centered towards a fan message?
Absolutely, and more so, most of the issues that I write about and that kids connect with in our lyrics are personal issues I've dealt with. Mm-hmm. So in being kind of an open book as a lyricist and a songwriter in the band, I've kind of made a way to connect with kids in that detrimental area that I've grown up in for many years of my life, and it's kind of cool having the ability to do that and using the platform I have in the Color Morale to do something that's not just about me. It actually kind of gives me a lot of resolution as to why I've experienced a lot of things I have in life, and knowing somebody can take something positive away from that, that's like a daily epiphany that I get to have on tour. Some people never get to have that resolve in their entire lifetime. So for me to have it nightly, meeting kids that come to me with really authentic stories and connections and lyrics tattooed and letters and the artwork that I get, that's like a daily resolution that I have. It's a really grateful experience that I get to have every day.
Did you know that like No Hope and that Hold On Pain Ends would like kind of connect in a way? Because I know that Hope and Hold On Pain Ends, Yeah,
it's kind of like I'd be ignorant to say that I didn't see this like growing. I don't know if I'd want to call it a gimmick, but this whole hope thing, it's been more and more and more prevalent. And for me, I mean, that's a word that I've held, pretty close to my heart since I was like, an adolescent teen. I grew up in a pretty strong Christian background, so a verse that I always remembered was Hebrews, "May hope be the anchor of my soul," and that kind of made, anchors are pretty synonymous with the band and me. So growing up in my religious background and beliefs at the time, it's just been a word that's kind of always made sense to me. And I know hope was just something I creatively thought of one night, as kind of like a perception versus reality phrasing. And I wanted to it made such a huge impact on so many kids, so many people all over the world. I wanted to kind of continue that path. You're given this, who knows how long you'll have this opportunity and this platform, so while I'm here doing this, that's why I like being at the merch table. That's why I like playing acoustic sets outside. The entertainment industry is a really fecal and unpredictable thing. So while I'm here, these are the things I want to, extend myself and do. And the message and meaning behind hope is one of those things.
Yeah. And actually, that's funny that you mentioned that, because that's actually written in one of my questions, is that the hope message is becoming quite prevalent, and people are, saying that it's everywhere, but, the false, teachers, I guess you'd say, of the hope message have never, people have, as they've bashed the hope message, they've never brought up Color Morale as being one of those bands that does it falsely.
Yeah, so. I feel like if you know our band, like I don't need to prove anything to anybody other than me and our our authentic fan base. So, I try to make myself obtainable, never out of reach. I'm never sitting somewhere, I'm at the merch table all night tonight. I am our merch guy. So, if there's a conversation that needs to be had, or even, 9 times out of 10 that I've learned in experiences, kids just want you to listen to them. They don't have anyone else in their entire day-to-day life listening or giving them attention that they need and deserve. And, for me to just be there and listen, you can get on the internet and leave a comment calling me a gimmick or calling me whatever you want to call me, because I write songs that kids connect to. From where I come from, that's why we have music in our lives. That's why I'm playing it. That's why it's changed and shaped me into who I am. So, call it a gimmick if you want to, but I've been here. Like, this is our 4th record. Yeah. And I did 2 before those 4. So, this is nothing new. I've been here doing this the whole time. It's just, a lot of new. There's been a lot of new familiarity as the band has grown to where it is. But if whoever wants to get on the internet and leave a comment calling it a gimmick, then just, I'll be at the merch table or in the parking lot after the show playing acoustic sets. So if that's a gimmick to you, then whatever.
Yeah, all right. So, going off of that, a lot of conversations have been, tackled with you, and you have a ton of time dedicated towards your fans. So, what would you... how do you balance the time between, your own time, your own personal mental health, and, being constantly there for fans that constantly want you,
Well, day to day, I actually have a lot of people ask me that on tour, how do you, I guess it's not the norm for a singer in a band to be the merch guy, play the set, play after the set in the parking lot, I don't know, man. I what else would I be doing? I know a lot of musicians that can't physically and mentally capacitate and communicate to people. Mm-hmm. That's why they play music. That's their way of opening up their emotional side. But some people just don't have that, and that doesn't mean they're cocky or they have an ego. They weren't designed to do that. Mm-hmm. For me, somehow, I've been given, I don't want to call them talents, but I've been given traits that allow me to just always be accessible, to always, put them before myself and what my needs and wants are on tour. My needs and wants are pretty minimal. I need Starbucks when I wake up. I need to change before doors are open.
Yeah.
That's all I really need.
Yeah.
You know, our band isn't grossing six figures. I don't need any of that. I make enough money to keep touring in a band and, doing what I do and talking about what I talk about. That's all I need.
Out of all the conversations you've had and having a good grasp of like the youth and the people that listen to Color Morale, what is like one problem if you had to narrow it down and you could, drop the attention of everything else in the world and have the world focus on one thing? Like, what do you think that would be if you could just,
It's hard to narrow it down to one. The things that kids struggle with and are more and more prevalent as time goes on. Like, when was the last time you got on Facebook and just scrolled one time and didn't see something about somebody getting murdered in another country, or a war starting over XYZ problematic situation, or somebody just crying out on a social media network because they literally have no one else to listen to them. I've known people that have committed suicide directly after leaving a comment on Facebook. That's a real thing, a real situation that happens. The number one mental illness in our country is depression, which leads to suicide, which leads to damaging or harming yourself or other people. You don't have to have empathy, and you don't have to give a shit about that stuff. I certainly wouldn't expect every musician playing music to write that style of music. I grew up in an age of just angry, angsty punk rock music, But for me personally, and where I'm at in life and the things I've experienced, just there's a lot of empty, lonely kids at younger ages, and I was one of them growing up. Maybe that's why I have a soft spot for using the Color Morale kind of as a vessel for, I know it's the cliche thing to say family, but that feeling like you belong at that show that night, like you're accepted there, and that you won't just see the band for that half hour on stage. Like, you can go hang out with us. I'll be there all night. Just come hang out with me. We'll make jokes and eat candy and whatever. Yeah, that's man. There wasn't a day that went by on Warped Tour that I didn't meet a kid that was just covered in self-harm wounds, and that's I can't just, that affects me dramatically seeing that, especially when it's just kids that have they have no idea what they're capable of yet. All that they know of is what somebody has made them falsely believe in their own mind. So I don't know, that going back to the question, sorry I rant sometimes. I think that changes daily. I mean, I'll have an instance at the merch table every day that affects me dramatically and breaks me in half, and just reminds me that this isn't my time to break anymore. It's my time to be strong for somebody else.
Lastly, where's the Color Morale heading after this specific tour? Is there anything planned that fans can look forward to?
Yeah, we finally get a break in December for the first time in like a year. And yeah, we're gonna do like I think a Stage It concert, like a Christmas special. Yeah, do a couple like Christmas songs and a couple new TCM songs. And then after that, it's Soundwave over in Australia, and then a whole bunch of plans for the rest of the year that are being finalized as we speak. So it's gonna be a really really exciting year for 2015. I'm stoked. Soundwave in general, it's a festival I've always dreamed of playing. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys, we'll make sure to check out the Color Morale at any of those specific dates and more upcoming news.
Yeah, we'll have everything on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's just all at the Color Morale, / the Color Morale, all that jazz.
Yeah. All right, guys, well, that concludes the interview. So
cool.
Thank you so much for having us. This is Keim Interviews. Take it easy.